Good afternoon. Welcome to this virtual graduation celebration held by the School of Computing and Information. I'm Paul Cohen, I'm Dean of the school, and I am delighted to be here as we honor the more than 360 students who are graduating from one of our programs this spring and summer. I admire all of our students. It's not easy to earn degrees from our programs: computer science, information science, intelligent systems, library and information science, and telecommunications. These are tough programs. They have high standards. But I particularly admire your graduating class because in addition to working your way through difficult programs and earning your degrees, you've done it in strange and sometimes stressful circumstances. We're here today to recognize your accomplishments as students and to celebrate your potential to make outstanding contributions to the fields of computing and information. Don't ever doubt your ability to make important contributions or the importance of your skills and our technologies. Computing and information keep the University of Pittsburgh open, make social distancing possible. They've enabled you to finish your studies, and they enable me to speak to you today. Our faculty and alumni built the high-performance, fault-tolerant networks that keep us connected. They study social networks, they build AI algorithms to counteract misinformation in these challenging times. They build simulators to test policies like gradual reopening of schools and shops. They evaluate mobility data from cell phones to help keep us safe. And they archive the records of this extraordinary time. You've learned from leaders, and you in turn will lead. As the most recent graduates of our programs, you've gained a deep understanding of both the theory and the real-world principles behind computing and information. You have the foundational knowledge and the skills for a bright future. And I think it will be a bright future. Today's ceremony fills me with hope because throughout the mess and the stress of the last few months, the one thing that works perfectly is what you do: computing and information. Society increasingly lives in your world. And while we're all desperate for a walk in a park, a day at the beach, a meal at a restaurant, the fact remains that we live in your world, the world of computing and information. Of course, the developing world and some parts of the United States don't have access to the technology that we do. So when you think about your next challenge, whether it's a job or graduate school or something else, I ask you, keep in mind these inequities. Keep in mind climate change, food insecurity, the income gap, the education gap. As a master of the universe, and you really are a master of the growing cyberverse, you can do a lot of good for a lot of people. Think about that. Whether you end up in industry or government or healthcare or the nonprofit sector, I hope you devise ways to forge a brighter future for all of us. I think it comes down to this. Our future will be shaped by those who have passion for creating a better world and the skills to make it happen. Passion without skills doesn't get the job done. Skill without passion also doesn't get the job done, but the combination is completely unstoppable. So today we celebrate you and your accomplishments, but please keep in mind that we're a community. And part of your success is due to your friends and your classmates, your faculty and your families. And as you leave Pitt, you will have found new friends and colleagues, new mentors. You may even start new families. Things change. But know that our school will be here for you long after you or any of us is gone. This is the great thing about institutions. We come and go, but the institution remains part of our identity. You will always be part of the School of Computing and Information. We're proud of you, and I hope you're proud of us. So please keep in touch, remain a vital part of our community so that future students will be inspired by and will benefit from your accomplishments. It's now my great pleasure to introduce today's keynote speaker, Brian Selesky. Brian's biography doesn't even hint at how cool he is, so let me begin with the cool. In 2007, the Defense Department rented a small town and a bunch of stunt drivers for an audacious experiment. It was the first head-to-head competition among self-driving cars. No one knew what was going to happen. But Brian's team, Tartan Racing from CMU, won the thing decisively. Perhaps even cooler than the self-driving cars are the enormous trucks, the size of houses, that Caterpillar builds for mining companies. And at the National Robotics Engineering Center just down in Lawrenceville, Brian led the team that made these monsters safely self-driving. Google pretty soon wanted to get into the self-driving car market. So of course, they recruited Brian to be their director of hardware engineering. And then Brian founded Argo AI here in Pittsburgh. You've seen their cars around town in partnership with the Ford Motor Company. Brian is making a difference. Brian is a 2002 graduate of the Swanson School of Engineering. He's a master of hardware and software technologies. He's an engineer's engineer. He's a member of the board of the School of Computing and Information, and he's got the coolest job in Pittsburgh. So Brian, thank you for taking time today to honor our students and share your perspectives with them.
Thank you, Dean Cohen, and hello, graduates, family members, friends, and faculty. My name is Brian Selesky, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of a company called Argo AI, based right here in Pittsburgh. We build autonomous vehicle technology, and we like to say that we're on a mission to build self-driving vehicle technology that you can trust. Someday soon, that technology will be integrated into vehicles and deployed around the world with our partners Ford Motor Company and Volkswagen. And like you, I'm a proud graduate of the University of Pittsburgh, so I'm extremely honored to be asked to speak with you today. Now, I know that I may not be your typical technology CEO. I don't live in Silicon Valley. I deliberately headquartered our company here in Pittsburgh because the Steel City embodies everything we wanted Argo to stand for. We're smart, scrappy, hardworking, and we believe in substance over flash, humility over self-promotion. And because of this, we can sometimes be overlooked, but we're okay with that. When I was an undergraduate engineering student in the early 2000s, I decided I didn't want to follow the same path as many of my peers who were heading off to grad school. I wanted to get straight to work. My first job out of Pitt was working at Union Switch and Signal, a railroad company that George Westinghouse founded in 1881. The job was straightforward: keep the trains running. The specific software that I wrote was part of a mission-critical command center that gives railroad operators visibility into their vast network of rail operations. The stakes were high because the software needed to be reliable, or it was lights out for those who needed to keep a watchful eye over the thousands of miles of operations. That first job made it very real for me just how high-stakes software engineering can be. More and more of the world runs on software. It has to work, and it has to work all the time. Pitt is special in that it grounded me in the practical schoolwork required to gain the skills necessary to have a positive impact in the real world. I learned quickly not to let my degree, or anything else for that matter, define me, as I later went to work at Carnegie Mellon's Robotics Institute, surrounded by some very smart PhDs, where I helped create autonomous mining trucks for Caterpillar and many other autonomous systems for a wide range of applications and industries. Then I left for Google, where I explored how to make autonomous cars. Then that founding team was on a mission to save lives by eliminating car crashes, which is one of the top causes of death worldwide. My career has been focused on engineering that helps to move things from A to B. Trains, cars, trucks, wheeled or tracked, big or small, I've had an opportunity to contribute to a myriad of different applications and platforms, all within the broader context of transportation. And so you might conclude that I must be really passionate about transportation, or love trains, or maybe I'm a robotics guy because I started a self-driving company. Or maybe I just really like a challenge. What I've chased in my career, though, was not something intentionally in the field of transportation or the automotive industry. I've been chasing the opportunity to work on fulfilling projects that will have a positive impact in the world. alongside the smartest, most passionate, and driven people in the world. And if you do that, it's not work, it's a mission. And under all of that, you will find happiness and fulfillment. I tell you my story in this way to point out that regardless of what label you or others put on you, regardless of your age, experience level, degree, or any of that, you will find success if you find a mission you identify with and you're addressing a world need. You're graduating at a time that has not been better in terms of the world's need for your unique skills and talent. The vast amount of computational resources that are increasingly connected in the world we live in presents an unprecedented amount of opportunity to tap. We are still in the very beginning stages of a digital transformation that continues to change the world in many positive ways, and certainly not without some consequences along the way. Anyone who isn't certain about what exactly the future holds for you, I challenge you to simply find what you are passionate about and chase it. Build or join a team that shares the same values as you, one that is mission-driven to change the world for the better. In doing this, you cannot make a wrong turn, and all of the hard work you've put into getting to this moment will be worth it. Because you've gained the knowledge and skill to meaningfully contribute to the world and make it a better place, you will find happiness. Right now, our world is more uncertain and unpredictable as it's been in any of our lifetimes. We need your talent and skills. We need your energy, perseverance, your optimism, and hope. No matter where your family came from, what you look like, what position you hold, you should know that you've got power. Regardless of what career you choose, you have the capacity and drive to succeed. Whether you stay in Pittsburgh, as I hope at least some of you do, or take your talents elsewhere, you should refuse to be overlooked. I look forward to meeting you in person someday and welcoming you to this brave new world that we all face. Best of luck in all of your worldly pursuits. Back to you, Dean Cohen.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you very much. That was a terrific, terrific address. It's now my pleasure to invite our faculty to introduce their departments and their programs and their graduates to you. Please note that immediately following this formal portion of today's ceremony, graduates and their guests will be invited to a live Zoom room to share in this celebration together. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Cohen. Good afternoon, graduates. I'm Mary Kay Biagini, representing the faculty of the Master of Library and Information Science program, and I'm delighted to honor you who have completed all of your degree requirements this spring term. In my home office, I have a poster. Everything will be okay in the end, and if it's not okay, it's not the end. Today, graduates, with your achievement and your perseverance, it's the end, and it's not just okay for you, it's terrific for you. Like the Roman god Janus, we look both backward and forward this afternoon. We look back to honor your academic achievements as students, but we also look forward to imagine the contributions you'll make in your profession, to our society, and to the common good. A seamless continuum of careers across the information professions offers you career possibilities that are intellectually stimulating, challenging, and ultimately contribute to the advancement of our society. Our school is just finishing its third year at the University of Pittsburgh that was founded in 1787. That's 233 years ago. The roots of our school reach back to 1901 at the Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh. When the new library opened in 1895, Pittsburgh was a city teeming with immigrants. The librarians quickly realized that the children of these immigrant families came to the library in large numbers every day, but no librarian knew how to work with them. Our school opened in the basement of the Carnegie to educate new librarians to work with children, the first such program in the United States. Andrew Carnegie was our first benefactor. These pioneering women, both faculty and students, learned by doing. What we include now in our curriculum is experiential learning via internships and field experiences. They reached out into the community. They told stories to children under the Brady Street Bridge near the entrance to the J&L Steel Mill, where now the Pittsburgh Technology Center sits on the banks of the Mon River. They were also entrepreneurial. They read stories on KDKA radio when it began in 1920. 100 years later, in 2001, our faculty developed and offered the first online degree program at the University of Pittsburgh, the Master of Library and Information Science degree. This year, we implemented the redesigned MLIS curriculum that embodies community-based learning, experiential learning, and entrepreneurship. We bring it all back to where we started. Our alumni do it all, and now you'll be joining the 14,000 plus alumni of our school. So, on behalf of the CIS Sky faculty and staff, I'm so proud to honor your academic achievements. Your success affirms my joy in teaching. It's a happy day for all of us. But before you rush into your new life, I hope that you will savor this milestone, your accomplishment. And please thank those who helped you to achieve it. I wish you much good luck and many, many opportunities to continue to grow professionally in your career. Dean Cohen, I'm honored now to present the Master of Library and Information Science graduates.
Owen Adams, Simone DeRosa, Jacob Griffith Rosenberger, Mary Kafferlin, Christy King, Veronica Nargi, Donna Raja, Hala Sukar, Tracy Tomei, Jad Zahran,
My name is Alex Labrinidis, and I'm the chair of the Department of Computer Science. On behalf of all the faculty of the department, I'm honored to welcome all the graduating students, their families, and their friends to our school's virtual graduation ceremony. I want to congratulate the students for reaching a very important milestone, and I also want to thank the parents for all their support. This is clearly not a typical graduation ceremony, as we're going through a very challenging time in global history. What is clear, though, is the importance of computer science throughout all of this. All the remote work and remote shopping options, the stay-at-home entertainment, the data-driven modeling and decision-making, none of this would be possible without computer science and computer scientists. I strongly believe in terms of crisis, the helpers of tomorrow will be computer scientists. The computer science department is actually one of the oldest departments in the country, having been established in 1966. As you become graduates of the computer science program, you join the thousands of alumni that have graduated from the department during the last 50 plus years. We want to keep in touch with you, so please follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We're also going to be completely revamping our website during the summer, so please stay tuned. Before I recognize all those who are graduating with a master's degree in computer science, I want to take a moment to say a few words about the Orrin and Margaret Tolby Award, which will be announced later in the program. Orrin Tolby founded the Department of Computer Science and served as its first chair until 1984. In October 1989, the four sons of Tolby initiated this award in memory and honor of their parents. That's over 30 years ago. This is the most prestigious graduate award that we have in the computer science department, and you will hear the winners for this year later in the program. At this point, I would like to recognize the students who are receiving the Master's in Computer Science degree. Congratulations go to Joe Baker, Matthew Yalecki, Bin Dong, Paul Elder, Brian Falkenstein, Austin Fraunfelter, Arun Balaji Lakshmi Narayanan, Zuolon Lee, Dylan Setley, Kai Yuan Tang, Meng Ju Wu, Yi Shu, Yi Yang, Lu Zhang, and Ziben Zhu. At this point, this concludes all the Masters in Computer Science candidates. I would want to give one more time heartfelt congratulations.
Thank you, Dean Cohen, Dr. Biagini, Dr. Labrinidis. I am honored to present the graduates of the Master of Science in Intelligent Systems. By successfully completing this course of study, our graduates have gained expertise spanning disciplines both inside and outside of computing information, with those limits bounded only by the intellectual curiosity of these exceptionally bright individuals. What these students have learned has positioned them to bring cutting-edge computing and information ideas to society in any realm: healthcare, politics, industry, academia, social services, and other areas too numerous to mention here. Dean Cohen, I'm proud to introduce these graduates to you.
Sanya Bathla Taneha.
Thank you, Dean Cohen, Dr. Biagini, Dr. Labrinidis, and Dr. Gopalakrishnan. I am Prashant Krishnamurthy, Chair of the Department of Informatics and Network Systems, DINS, at the School of Computing and Information. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and students of the department, I am privileged and honored to participate in this ceremony to recognize the 155 plus DINS students who have applied to graduate this term. You are amazing students who have worked so hard to earn your master's degrees in information science or telecommunications, even when faced with unimaginable challenges such as COVID-19. Although this is not the way we imagine celebrating your graduation, it is no less heartfelt. We are always proud of our graduates, but this year, we are particularly impressed by your academic accomplishments, your participation in the life of the School of Computing and Information, and your diligence in pursuing your goals in a time of great change. And there are more challenges to come as you enter the next phase of your life. The ways in which we work, live, and socialize are going to be very different, at least for a while. The good news is, as information and networking professionals, you will be at the front lines of helping people, communities, and organizations find innovative ways to address the challenges that they face. As children take classes, as medical institutions provide care, and as people seek to keep in touch with family and friends, they will call upon a cadre of well-prepared information and networking professionals. The skills and knowledge that you gain from classes, internships, and team projects are even more important and needed than ever. During your time at Pitt, you have all grown as people, as students, and as members of a very special community. The community in our department and school that believes that information and networking can change the world for the better. As part of this community, you have had a chance to meet a number of fellow students from different parts of the world with different educational and cultural backgrounds and with unique talents and capabilities. I think that these diverse interactions will help you effectively answer the big questions in the years to come. Your education here at Pitt in the Department of Informatics and Network Systems has, I believe, prepared you for a very bright future. The journey into the future never stops and learning never ends. I encourage each one of you to have the energy, passion, and curiosity to keep learning throughout your lives. And I wish you all great success, no matter where this journey takes you. I have a personal tie to this in many ways. I have taught many of you in class or interacted with you otherwise. It's indeed very satisfying to recognize you during this ceremony, celebrating the fact that you successfully completed a huge milestone. On behalf of the faculty and the Department of Informatics and Network Systems, congratulations on earning your master's degree. I wish all of you graduates the very best and wish and hope that you will continue to be a part of one of the most exciting fields, the information and networking professions. At this special virtual recognition, Kelly joins me in congratulating you all.
Hello, everyone. Congratulations. I know this isn't exactly what we thought it was going to be like when you graduated, but we're all very proud. We're so glad we had a chance to meet you and to work with you, and we wish you all the best going forward. Congratulations.
Thank you, Kelly. Dean Cohen, it's with great pride that I now present the Master of Science in Information Science and the Master of Science in Telecommunications graduates. Thank you.
Vipul Agarwal. Al Hanouf Al Katani. Swapnil Asawa. Arkajit Banerjee. Maya Bayer. Soham Bhatnagar. Sayantani Bhattacharjee. Herminio Bodon. Zekun Kai. Yuhao Kao. Koishnam Chanu. Tingmanchu Chaudhary. Ji Chen. Lucy Chen. Weihan Chen. Min Chen. Liang Chen. Bingyi Chen. Alan Chu. Shi Dai. Yuchen Deng. Xishuan Dong. Hao Dong. Minghui Duan. John Falcone. Song Fang. Dingming Peng. Hao Wen Feng. Dylan Galper. Chen Gong. Yu Cheng Gong. Yikang Gui. Shehao Guo. Sheng Han. Yushish Iramut. Xia Xuan Xie. Patrick Hu. Chanjun Hu. Weilun Hu. Pingkang Huang. Mengyuan Huang. Danlan Huang. Ashish Jha. Ye Jia. Ke Jiang. Jun Jiang. Chunyan Jiang. Tong Ka. Vishal Karande. Li Ke. Samuel Konat. Jiao Jun Lei, Jiajiang Leng, Ping'an Li, Yiqiao Li, Yuyan Li, Yanyu Li, Yunxi Yang, Xie Lin, Chen Lin, Jiehao Lin, Yifei Lin, Shuchen Liu, Ri Liu, Linlu Liu, Shihan Liu, Shichang Liu, Lingjiao Liu, Yuchen Liu, Qi Liu, Zhishuan Liu, Da Liu, Yue Ma, Juqian Ma, Zanzil Satish Madye, Alekia Manem, Rutumesh Marate, Giying Mo, Kai Mo, Delisha Naidu, Varun Nair, Naishal Nagam, Sohini Palit, Deng Pan, Jing Pang, Sundarya Nagendra Sravan Kumar Patel, Alexander Pickering, Jiyu Qi, Feiyang Qian, Haoyang Qian, Xingshuan Qiu, Yangqin Ran, Shreyank Ranganath, Lakshmi Ravichandran, Anirban Sen, Shiyu Shen, Chering Sherpa, Li Shi, Mangquan Shi, Rupali Shyam, Han Song, Charu Sridharan, Suraj Subramanian, Boyao Sun, Yu Sun, Howdy Sun, Rujian Tang, Siki Tang, Tao Tao, Karumbaya Tamaya, Xiao Yi Tian, Abhijit Vijayendra, Hanchen Wang, Zechen Wang, Shihao Wang, Shimu Wang, Wenting Wang, Shifeng Wang, Li Wang, Sichao Wang, Ruochen Wang, Xiaoyang Wang, Jordan Wijaja, Jihao Wu, Ye Wu, Kenny Wu, Xiyao Wu, Xiaoyin Ji, Danqi Xie, Haomin Xie, Xiaokan Yu, Sichao Yue, Tian Yue, Yangbing Yang, Hanlin Ye, Keiyun Ye, She Yu, Yang Wan, Yanan Wan, Noki Zheng, Tianqi Zhang, Ruoqi Zhang, Ruji Zheng, Xiao Zheng, Ye Zheng, Jiawei Xiao, Bokong Xiao, Tianlin Zhuo, Hao Xiao, Yuzhao Zhu, Lia Zhu, Yuning Zhu, Jiashu Zhu. Sultan Al-Qahtani, Kartik Jadala, Exaucé Saya Koku, Yiking Yao,
Today, we're extremely proud to recognize those students who have reached the pinnacle of academic achievement, earning the doctoral degree. These amazing students have devoted years of their lives to the intensive study of computing and information sciences. They have delved into the rich history, literature, and research of our discipline. They worked on research and federally funded projects that have the potential to change the way in which people interact with the world around them. Their program of study was an all-consuming passion for many years, but they have come to think in a completely different way, synthesizing new knowledge rather than only learning from others. With the invaluable skills developed during their studies, they will be able to do anything from running multinational corporations to curing dreaded diseases such as cancer. Today's graduating PhDs will take these hard-earned abilities into research labs and universities across the globe. They will act as leaders of computing and information professions and as advocates for related disciplines, and as ambassadors for the School of Computing and Information and the University of Pittsburgh. We wish them all good luck and good fortune as they embark on a truly exciting journey.
Dr. Abdulaziz Al-Qahtani, Dr. Daniel Burrell. Dr. Judikael Brian Joko Agogu. Dr. Zaim Hussein. Dr. Jonathan Young. Dr. Kun Yu.
The school and SCI alumni community offer awards to recognize the academic and service excellence of our students. And I'd like to take a moment to honor both the students for their exceptional achievements and our alums for their generosity. The winners are chosen either through faculty nomination or by a selection panel based on work students themselves have submitted. All award winners receive monetary remunerations along with our acknowledgement of their excellence. I'd now like to acknowledge the awards and award winners, some of whom are graduating today, and some of whom are current students whom we have the pleasure of continuing to educate and learn from over the next academic year.
The CS 550 Fellowship for Outstanding Progress in Research goes to Karen Ye and Xiaozhang Zhang. The Bertha G. Lewick Scholarship goes to Caitlin McAllister. The Brotherton Scholarship goes to Lauren Osmansky. The Claire Pyle Scholarship goes to Catherine Klawinski and Claudia Malaya. The E.J. Josie Scholarship for Minorities in Library Science goes to Mahogany Thaxton. The Elva S. Smith Endowed Scholarship goes to Lynn Kawaratani and Jessica Smith. The Frank B. and Ann J. Sessa Scholarship goes to Catherine Klawinski. The Graduate SIS Scholarship goes to Catherine Klawinski. The Orrin E. and Margaret M. Talby Graduate Award for Excellence in Computer Science goes to Xiaozhang Zhang. The H.W. Wilson Scholarship goes to Catherine Klawinski and Moira Stockton. The Hodges Quasi-Scholarship Fund goes to Lynn Kawaratani. The Joan Brest Friedberg Scholarship goes to Carolyn Baker. The MP and J. Lang Scholarship Fund goes to Charlotte Holke, Catherine Klawinski, Caitlin McAllister, Claudia Malaya, Lauren Osmansky, Moira Stockton, and Mahogany Thaxton. The Robert Irwin MLAS Fund goes to Catherine Klawinski. The Subramanian Scholarship goes to Caitlin McAllister and Moira Stockton. The Vatican Library Project LAS goes to Caitlin McAllister and Lauren Osmansky.
Congratulations, SCI graduates.
I'd now like to introduce Jamie Allen, who will tell you a bit about the SCI alumni community and how you can participate and remain a member in your new role as a graduate of our school. Jamie is the Senior Director of Delivery Management at EPAM Systems. He is a technology executive who is passionate about delivering cloud-based solutions. He has a track record of success in building teams, working cross-functionally within organizations, and communicating effectively with C-suite and engineers alike. He is the author of Effective akka, published by O'Reilly Media in 2013, and the co-author of Reactive Design Patterns, published by Manning in 2017. He has delivered keynote presentations at conferences globally, including Japan, Krakow, Venice, Malaga, Lyon, Paris, and more.
Thank you to Dean Cohen and all of the SCI faculty, staff, and students for including me in the ceremony today. Congratulations, graduates. Now begins the next stage of your journey, the part where you join over 14,000 School of Computing and Information affiliated alumni from around the country and across the globe. We hope the next few years will bring many exciting changes to your personal and professional lives. We also hope you will remain connected from your home away from home, the SCI. So what are some of the other ways for you to stay involved? To start, simply let us know what you're up to. You can stay updated and keep the school informed by visiting the alumni portion of the school's website under the About Us page. Also remember, look for the helpers at the Pitt Alumni Association and through the SCI alumni group. When you get a job, give back to the Pitt students in the same way by being active in the alumni network and by helping to mentor students on your own. The alumni community supports, organizes, and hosts events on behalf of the school that encourage alumni involvement. For example, we host resume reviews, mock interviews, guest speakers, and more. The alumni community continually works with current students and alumni to develop programs beneficial to their personal, professional, and academic development. And remember, please find ways to make a difference in the community for yourself, such as contributing to open source projects. If you're struggling to find a new role in today's challenging environment, it's always a good idea to contribute to open source. If you find a way to have your contributions accepted to projects such as Kubernetes, it will really help your ability to find a new job. And remember, you no longer have to worry about what city you live in order to work for the best tech companies in the world. All of these walls are breaking down in today's environment. I hope you will take advantage of the many ways to stay involved with the University of Pittsburgh and the School of Computing and Information. And I hope you will visit us when you can. It's now my pleasure to give the podium back to Dean Cohen, who will conclude the ceremony.
Thank you, Jamie. That was very inspiring. And congratulations again to each of you. Let's take a moment now to acknowledge some of the people who have helped you along your way, your family and your friends. And I'd also like you to extend a thank you to our staff and to our faculty. I want now to invite you to join us for a virtual reception in a live Zoom room. We've never done this before. It'll be interesting to see how it works. The details are provided below. Please note that this is a live session. It'll be recorded for later viewing by those graduates and their guests who are unable to join us today for the live stream of this ceremony, but who may wish to view the ceremony at a later date. It's my honor to welcome you now as graduates into the SCI community. And don't forget, you are valued members of this community for life.